Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. We welcome you to our online session, Ekalavya. Today's topic I am going to handle is Mineral and Power Resources of Class 8. It is the third chapter. So let us see the topic Mineral Resources alone for today's part. So the contents are minerals, importance of minerals, different kinds of minerals, types of minerals, metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. So mineral resources, you know the word resources, it's not new term. Resources are nothing but the things around what we utilize. So you have learnt in the previous chapters, first lesson resources and the previous lesson land, soil. So all these resources are nothing but in and around things that are being utilized by human beings. Now humans themselves are resources because they are utilizing their skills, knowledge. Now we the human beings are such an intelligent animal that utilizes the things around which are available free gifts from the nature. So we are not playing an important role in the formation of any other resources. Now today's topic that I am going to teach you is minerals, and it is the resource that are being utilized by human beings. But the formation of minerals are not done by human beings. The role of human beings is zero. It's just zero. We don't form it, we don't allow it to form. So it is just available in the nature by its own natural composition and structure that has been formed taking millions of years. Now the definition I am going to explain you first. A mineral is a naturally occurring homogeneous solid with a definite but generally not fixed chemical composition and an ordered atomic arrangement. It is usually formed in organic process. That means that it has a specific composition in chemical manner. It is a chemical structure. Like we human beings have hands, legs, the same way the natural minerals have the characteristics that denote its own chemical structure. Now for example, if you take aluminium or iron and steel, it has own chemical structure which is distinct from other minerals. So the importance of minerals. So we are going to learn what are the importance of minerals. In our human body, we have minerals being absorbed through vegetables and fruits. Now these minerals are helpful for our energy. Without minerals we cannot activate ourselves and we need certain energy, and it is obtained through these minerals which is being formed due to the soil and the cultivation method which helps us to gain the fruits and vegetables through which we intake those minerals. Now here the minerals are inorganic material that originate in the earth. We know that it's already formed, it takes millions of years to its formation and we don't help in its formation. They play important roles in various bodily functions. That's what we human beings apply these minerals, and without these minerals we cannot activate in any way. So vitamins, protein, enzymes, amino acids, carbohydrates, fats, etc. are proper cellular functions. So already we have told you that bodily process cannot be done without minerals, and minerals are such an important role that it plays in human beings, and these human beings are so selfish organism that they intake all these minerals and they apply themselves for their own self manner, and they accumulate all the minerals for their own self purpose, and they have been drastically utilized by human intelligence. So we can see that how important the minerals are in the nutrition than the vitamins. So vitamins are required for every bodily biochemical process, but however vitamins cannot function unless minerals are there. So minerals are very, very important. Now here we can see that different kinds of minerals are there. They have the physical property as well. Now they are different in their color, their hardness and their density level. Same way it has a chemical property too. It is classified into physical and chemical property. Now chemical property, you can see its solubility and reactivity, like nucleus as you. Now types of minerals. Now minerals are further classified in various manners. They are such as renewability or non-renewability, but these minerals are non-renewable. They cannot replenish because they are once formed, cannot again originate within a short span because it takes millions of years for its formation. So let us see what is the further types of minerals. They are metallic or non-metallic, ferrous, non-ferrous. What are they? We are going to deal with its own kind of features. Now here you can see that how it is classified. Minerals are metallic and non-metallic. Now under metallic you can see iron, ore and bauxite, and non-metallic you can see mica, gypsum and limestone. Actually metallics are very lustrous, they can shine, they have their own shining property and they are very solid. You can see that like gold, copper, silver, etc. Whereas non-metallic are mica, gypsum and mostly they are fossil. Like you can say coal, petroleum, etc. which are formed due to sedimentary rocks, which is actually the chemical process that is undertaken due to fossil. Now what are the fossil? Dead animal skeletons which have a chemical composition and reaction, and it gives out the sedimentary rocks from which you can drill out the petroleum, and petroleum has its own basis. Various kinds of properties are there which can be made into different products like kerosene, turpentine, wax and so various, even the gas, natural gas that been extracted through petroleum. Now these are refined into petrol also, petrol and diesel. So these are the non-metallic stream. Now metallic, under metallic you have further classification as ferrous and non-ferrous. Ferrous means iron content. So whichever the metals or minerals which has the content of iron, it becomes the ferrous. So it is being classified under ferrous. Now examples are iron ore and chromite, which has more iron content, and those minerals which those metals which doesn't have iron content comes under the heading non-ferrous, which do not contain iron, as I said, and they are called silver and gold. Now we are going to see what are the different kind of features under each kind of metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Now if you take metallic minerals, they are extracted as metallic. Now under non-metallic, they consist of non-metals. They are not solid, they are liquid or gaseous state. This under metallic, if you see, they are malleable, ductile, that means they can be flexible. Now the non-metallic stream, if you go, as you can see that they are neither malleable nor ductile. You cannot make into any form. It is just a diluted one. And under metallic, if you see, it's associated with igneous and metamorphic rocks. You know, already I've learnt in the first chapter resource lesson, where igneous rocks are formed due to volcanic eruption. As example, I can say Deccan Trap, which is formed into black soil, and this trap has lot of iron minerals deposition. And if you talk about non-metallic, sedimentary rocks, as already I have given this in the statement, the sedimentary rocks gives the fossil fuels like petroleum, and these sedimentary rocks give allow us to extract lot of petroleum and natural gas. Now these are the fossil rocks, and they give us all the non-metallic minerals. Now if you go back again for metallic minerals, they are hard and have shine, luster of their own. That means each metal gives its own shine. If you take iron, it has hardness, but it doesn't shine much. But if you make into iron and steel property, you mix the alloy and get a lustrous one. And next, if you see that non-metallic, it is not hard, it neither shines or luster, it is just a fluid particle or gaseous state. Now examples for this metallic, you can see iron, copper, bauxite and other metals, and even tin you can say, which has a lustrous one. And under non-metallic minerals, you can see coal. For coal, I can say it takes millions of years with dead leaves and tree materials, and that's how you can say that coal is also a sedimentary mineral. So I have the recap for this part, which is helpful for you to know about the definition of minerals, the importance of minerals and different kinds of minerals and its classification. I hope you have enjoyed this, and you can wait for the second part to come. Be safe. Thank you.